Is that my YouTube audience? Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is David Franco and welcome to what I like to call another mini Avlocity vlog. I just finished editing my Dell monitor unboxing. Hold on, let me see if I can memorize this. Hi Zero. Dell S2725QC? S2725QC. Let's go, baby. I did it. And there you go. And that video should be live by the time you see this video. And if you haven't seen that video, I will include it on the end card of this video. So cheers, enjoy, thanks for watching. I'm just kidding. But yeah, The Fanatic. Do you like it? I don't love this movie, but I like it. I just feel like this is the kind of movie that gets a lot of hate. I mean, I don't think I ever looked up reviews or like Rotten Tomatoes. Actually, hold on, let me see. Or let me hear rather. Hey Google. On Rotten Tomatoes, what score did The Fanatic receive?
The 2019 film The Fanatic, starring John Travolta, holds a 15% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
15%? 15%! Okay, that's pretty bad, but hey, I don't mind this movie. It's something different, and it's not the typical kind of role that you expect. I mean, in my opinion, it's a fun watch. I don't think it's an excellent movie, but it's just a fun watch. Anyway, guys, back that booty up. Back that booty up. Today's video is all about this. This is my, hopefully my final magnetic stand for my iPad Pro. Look at that packaging. Like, guys, it's literally the form factor right there, just in a brown box. That's so funny to me. Anyway, so in a previous video I made, I unboxed an iPad Pro stand that was universal, and I should have known better. You know, I just bought it because I was so excited, and I quickly realized what universal meant. Basically, it means it came with this adhesive ring that they expect for you to put on the back of your iPad Pro. Let me just take it off the Apple case here. Love this case, by the way. It's so good. And basically, the adhesive ring sits here. A magnetic adhesive ring at that. Very, very important. And then you magnetically attract it to the stand. And I just wasn't having that. I don't like the idea of putting a metal ring on here. It's just not good, in my opinion. It's just not good. So I wanted something like this. This right here is Apple's official magnetic case. And look at this. The magnets are so strong, so strong. And I currently have the the orientation locked. Technically aspect ratio, because the aspect ratio will change if you, anyway. So that inspired me to get this, because check it out. My Dell monitor is here. It looks ultra reflective on video. I am not seeing what you guys are seeing as you're from a different angle. But once this is on, it looks beautiful. Guys, it's literally plug and play with a single USB-C cable. Plug this in and you'll instantly get not only audio, not only video, but also power. So this is treated like an actual computer, meaning my iPad Pro will always be charged as long as it's plugged into this cable. And I think that's incredible. Now, I get it, USB-C is nothing new. This has been around for years. But the fact that I can plug in my iPad Pro and treat it as a computer is a big deal, because iPadOS 26 is absolutely phenomenal for multitasking. Guys, I'm telling you, the second you plug it in, it quite literally looks like you're using a Mac. Now, obviously, it's not as robust as a Mac, and I will forever prefer macOS, but nothing has stopped me from giving the iPad Pro a fair chance in terms of being a productivity device. And I'm serious, I want to sit here for hours on end sometimes just getting stuff done. Now, I don't plan on video editing in here too often, but much like my iPad Pro, my MacBook Pro can also connect via USB-C, and I can use it as a desktop or just extended display. And I think that's huge. And I realize I'm explaining everything right now as if you guys don't know about this. This sort of thing has been around for years. Using an external monitor is not a big deal these days, but I'm just excited because I can finally use the iPad Pro as intended. So let's go, guys. But first, let's unbox the magnetic stand. Very weird packaging, but I love it. And then I gotta start editing the exclusive of Vlog Vlog. This video is not going live until Monday. And then tomorrow I'm going to record another retro handheld unboxing. That's going live on Tuesday. So I've got videos planned, and my monitor unboxing is going live tomorrow, Thursday for me. So guys, if you can take anything away from this video, besides the fact that I just love technology and love changing my setup every few months, it seems, just try to stay busy. Like, staying busy for me just makes me feel good. I legitimately love staying busy. All right, so here is the stand. It is made out of aluminum. They had gray and silver options. Clearly, I went with gray because my iPad Pro is space gray. Look at this. So, in theory, I think, yeah, it rotates. So, you can attach it like so. Yeah, oh my god. Dude. Yes, yes. Wait, hold on. Let me actually rotate it so it feels more natural. There we go. There we go. It was just weird doing it vertically, but there you go. Physics, baby. Physics. Magnets. Dude, that is awesome. Now look, this is absolutely perfect. And honestly, not that I run a kiosk or anything, but every time I see an iPad mounted like this, I just instantly think like this could be great for taking it, you know, to things like flea markets or a pop-up store, a kiosk, or maybe you run like a pizza shop. And I know that sounds weird coming from me running a pizza shop, but I have seen iPads in pizza shops before and Chinese restaurants or whatever, where they're using stuff like this. Like, this is absolutely beautiful. And then you could take it home, charge it or whatever, and use it as a tablet. Guys, I'm telling you, the iPad Pro is an incredibly versatile device. So let's get a preview of how this is going to look, shall we? Okay, so there's my iPad Pro, which is obviously very fingerprint prone, but you're obviously not going to see the fingerprints once the display is on. So check it out. Plugging it in, it should just work. My Dell monitor should wake up when I unlock the iPad Pro. I have my personal website on, and give it a second. There you go. We are good, and as you can see, we are indeed, well, it's gone now, but it said 3860 by 2160. So yes, we are getting a 2160p signal. Now, unfortunately, this iPad Pro does not support 120 hertz out, but I believe the M5 iPad Pro does, and the M4 iPad Pro might support 120 hertz out. I'm not sure, but the thing is, check it out, guys. We are getting independent displays here. So for example, I have my widgets over here, right? But I have an open desktop. And guys, does this not look like Mac OS? This is absolutely incredible. And check it out. We actually have a menu bar up here now, thanks to iPadOS 26. That is a huge deal. Like, this legitimately looks like macOS 26. And guys, honestly, this is my first time seeing it like this. Like, this is so freaking cool. Like, this is actually blowing my mind. And I can freeform the windows. It's not locked in like it was before on Sage Manager. I can open up things like Canva, which is full screen by default, but let's bring this down. And I can treat it like a Mac app. Seriously, guys, it doesn't even feel like I'm actually using my iPad Pro. It legitimately feels like I'm using my Mac right now. Just stripped down and a little cleaner, dare I say, because the menu bar just looks different. Add passkey. So this is going to use my Face ID to log in to Canva from now on. And I don't have Face ID on my Mac, so the fact that I can log into my apps in a Mac-like environment using my iPad, that's just incredible. I mean, guys, look at this. This is actually blowing my mind. It does not feel like I'm using an iPad Pro. Like, this is so cool. This is legitimate happiness. Oh my god, that was so... Whoa! Did you hear that? Guys, get out of my face. Was that my... Was that... Wait a minute. Were those the speakers on my monitor? Because that was really loud. So let me see here. Let's go to volume. No, that was 50%. So was it this? Something was really loud. So let me go to my YouTube app and see what we're working with here in terms of volume. This might be really loud, so hold on, let me turn this down. Okay. And let's go to my YouTube channel here, and we can actually enlarge this because we have the screen real estate for it, which is awesome. So let's go to my channel. Let's go to videos, and well, let's just play my MacBook Pro video.
If there's one thing Apple is really good at,
wow,
it's playing it safe.
The audio is coming from here, and they actually sound, dude, the speakers sound really good, and that's only 34% volume.
To complain and think nothing changes.
Holy crap!
A lot of stuff does change year to year. But
dude,
Surface, a lot of stuff.
I am legitimately impressed by that. That is so cool. So of course we can go full screen.
Then we've got things like the Mac.
Actually no, true full screen by going full screen on the YouTube app. So obviously it's not as easy as macOS with certain things, but there you go. For some reason it's defaulting to a lower resolution. Oh, here we go, advanced 1080p. So now it should look a lot better. Yeah. God, that looks so good. That looks so good, despite this being a 4K display. I forgot my keyboard is attached, so I don't know if this keyboard... Yeah, unfortunately, you can't press escape to exit a video. I'm hoping we get something like that in iPad OS 27. But of course, you can Alt-Tab between your apps, which is really cool. So again, it feels like a Mac. And I think if I hold down Alt, which acts as the Command key, so if I press Command H, you know, in other words, Alt H, it should go, or just hide the app. Yeah, there you go. And it shows my home screen. Dude, this is actually kind of confusing because it legitimately feels like I'm using a Mac. That is so cool. I am really, really impressed. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted, guys. A magnetic iPad Pro stand that just works out of the box. I don't need any stupid adhesive adapters or anything. And of course, when I'm not using it on my monitor, I simply take it off, unplug it, and it's suddenly an iPad Pro again. But it's always an iPad Pro. But when it's plugged into my monitor, it doesn't feel like an iPad Pro. It feels like I'm using a Mac. That is so cool. And check it out. Plug and play. The monitor should come right back on in like 2 or 3 seconds. And we are good. We are using this as a desktop again. I am very, very happy with this stand. It's very strong too. Very, very strong. And of course, like I showed in the beginning of the video, if you wanted to rotate it, you could. You can do just that, which is pretty sweet. But I'm gonna keep it landscape because that makes most sense, you know, for using it as a desktop. Okay, so I think this is pretty safe to say, guys, this is the most I'm ever going to use my iPad Pro because I have a really bad habit of selling my iPad Pro after a few months because it just sits there. And yeah, I gotta be honest, it sat here for a while, not really using it because I use my MacBook Pro for everything, like everything. But now that I can sit down here and actually kind of force myself, I say force loosely, you know, to use my iPad Pro as a computer, I think that's really cool. And I'm going to challenge myself. So perhaps I'll make a video in the coming weeks, like my first week using only the iPad Pro. Because don't forget, I actually can use Fanatic Pro in here. I can use Canva. Photoshop isn't as robust, but there's nothing to stop me from using my iPad Pro as an external display on my MacBook Pro. But if I'm going to do that, I might as well just plug in my MacBook Pro to this display and use it as intended. But the iPad Pro definitely has a lot of potential. And I'm so curious to see what they do with iPad OS 27 because 26 is already a massive, massive upgrade from a productivity standpoint. I mean, just the fact that you can finally freeform your windows as if you're using a desktop computer, that's a huge deal. Now, in my opinion, we just need more basic functions like pressing the escape key, in my opinion, should have escaped the full screen window. It should have exited the full screen window within the YouTube app. Because in theory, iPad OS 26 knows a Bluetooth keyboard is connected, I mean, as well as the monitor. So it should act more like a desktop than a tablet when connected like it is now. So hopefully we'll get some of that optimization in iPad OS 27. But guys, so far I'm really impressed. I am legitimately blown away. And look how clean this is. Look how clean this is. There's no icons on the screen. Of course we have a dock, but I believe hide that. I think I can hide that on the external monitor, but I'm not going to. Anyway, guys, I am very, very happy with this. This is really cool. And of course, if you're interested in either the monitor or the magnetic stand, I will link both right below. And don't forget, at the end of this video, you can see my unboxing on the end card for this monitor that I got for just $280. That's a really good deal. 4K, 120 hertz on those obviously supported devices. The iPad Pro doesn't support it. Mine doesn't, but my MacBook Pro does. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been a huge success. This is what I wanted a few weeks ago. Like, this is perfect. Absolutely perfect. And it looks like an Apple product because it's aluminum. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the side. That looks so cool. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Enjoy your tech. We are lucky to be alive. We are surrounded by some truly amazing products these days. And I'll talk to you later. Peace.